The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. And if you don't know anything else on this day, know that you deserve to be blessed. We want to welcome you to Titan in the Morning. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Hold on a second. Hold on. Good morning, and peace and blessings to you. Hey, Ken. Hey. Y'all better come on in. Come on in and come talk to me this morning. It's a good morning. It's a Thursday. Hold on, let me say it to you. Good morning, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Thursday. And if you don't know anything else on this Thursday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Look, everybody, I want y'all to make sure that y'all are in the building this morning. This Thursday is a little special to me. I'm going to start it off, by saying that this will be my last show here with Pyro Media today. For the morning show, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then, do some things, change up some things, have something, and then I'll come back to you all with that. You'll see me, I'm sure, on social media throughout the rest of the year. But I just wanted to let you all know that I want to say kudos to Pyro for hosting me and having me. Hey, good morning, Miss Mika. Good morning. And being able to elevate and show me that gracious I can do Titan type thing, right? Look, because it's one thing sometimes when you have an idea and you think about stuff and you're like, I don't know, right? But then it's a whole other thing when you have someone or some entity or organization or a platform like Pyro to say, hey, okay, we can go this way. Yeah, we can go up and do this. So I want to say thank you to them. Thank you to Kwame, because he is a Black man owning a Black business. Y'all better get into it. Get into that Pyro. Get into that blackness. Get into that melanin. Yes, get into that melanin. But good morning to you all. Good morning. And so this morning, I wanted to stop for a second and talk because a couple of things have happened in the world. It seems that we always want to. So I was watching the news this morning. This is the only way I can say it. And I know y'all know I'm gonna get to it, y'all. But I was watching the news this morning, and it just saddened me how there's so much going on in the world. Now, right here in my own city, there was a lot going on before the hour of 6 a.m. Like, it was just so much going on. And so I was thinking this morning, like, what would my topic be this morning? What would it be? And I'm watching all of this stuff go down, and I'm saying to myself, Lord, this can't be right. Like this just can't be what it is. But obviously it is. So this morning, I want to talk about what's in your cup. What's in your cup? And what's in your cup? And what's in my cup this morning is change. Change. That's what's in my cup this morning, right, y'all? So let me say this, because I want you to understand what I mean by change. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen. Change is a part of your life. But the reason I chose change this morning is because I'm changing. I'm doing some things for myself, but also I was watching the news and what's going on in the world. And so change this morning is in my cup. I'm so glad you changed. Change. I got to change the way I think, to change the way, hell, the way I look, the way I move in the world, the way I can't keep doing the same things that I was doing back then. Now, look, I'm not saying that you got to get rid of everything. Hey, good morning. I can't say that you got to get rid of everything, right? And that you can't keep some of the same things that you've had, but growth, right? You got to change your mind. There's going to be things that happened to you back then that you're not going to settle for now. There are going to be things that back then happened to you. And I'm saying back then because I want you to understand your past is your past. Sometimes you got to go back to your past to visit it, to acknowledge what happened so that it doesn't happen in your present and in your future. I got to change my way of thinking. I'm watching that news this morning and I was just like, bruh, like I'm sad, like down in my spirit. You know what I mean? But I had to think about it, right? Think about it. Do I change, right? To be sad all day long, every day. Tragedy is going to happen. Things are going to happen. But do I change myself, my mind, my way of thinking, my way of being to be happy, to acknowledge, right, what's going on, but change my way of thinking? I can't walk around all day and mope and think about all those things. If there are some things that you need to deal with, then you change it. You change it. You make a step and you make amends, right? To make your life better. Now I'm gonna say this. Because somebody said to me, well, Titan, that's kind of selfish. And it's always this selfish stuff, right? But I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I had to change my way of thinking. There were some things that I did in my past that I was not happy about. There were some things that I just let slide. There were some things that I did not, right, take control of or take responsibility for, right, that I just let go. I had to go back to my past and acknowledge what my past was to me so that I could change the way that I'm moving through the world today. I don't do the same thing that I used to do. I don't do the same thing that would take me down this dark path and things like that. I don't do that because I know. But I had to go, right? I had to go and say, okay, you know what, Titan, that was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. You knew what was going to happen when you did that, but you did it anyway, right? Kind of chastising myself. But the reality of it is that instead of me dealing with it, I just let it fall by the wayside, as my grandmother would say. I just let it go, right? But I had to change the way that I moved in this world. And I don't know who this is for this morning, but whoever this is right here, you got to change. You got to change. You can't keep letting the same things happen to you and you're okay with it. You can't keep standing in the middle of all this chaos and thinking that you are 100, that you are good every day. It is going to wear, if it's not already wearing on you, it is going to wear on you, right? It is going to wear on you. Ken, Miss Mika, Ian, there's a change that has happened or that's going to happen. And one day you're going to have to say to yourself, okay, do I change, right? Or do I stay in this stagnant water? This nasty smelling water, do I stay? Now, I don't know what y'all going through. I'm just saying, I'm using y'all as an example. But I had to do that. I had to take a moment for myself. I had to protect my peace. I had to make sure. I don't hang with those same people. I don't do those same things. I don't let, right, those things into my space and my world now. You can't come in here. My spirit is guarded. I pray and I meditate on my spirit and make sure that I am good because I can control what comes in here. Now, out there, you do what you do. Have your moment, do what you do. But in here, I control. Okay, Miss Mika, thank you. I control this, right? So I had to change who I unlocked the door for. I had to change who I left the door open for. You feel me? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because sometimes you got to unlock the door, but there are some times that you have left the door open because you think that's the right thing to do. And I'm going to tell you something. On this journey that I'm on, me being in my purpose and love, I don't have to accept every single thing. You feel me? There is this unwritten rule that people say that when you are in this work and you are doing this work, you got to take the brunt of everything that comes your way. And I'm going to say to you all this morning, that is a no can do. No can do. I used to do that all the time. I used to take everything, put it on my shoulders and carry it, not getting no rest, not getting no sleep, not getting any peace. And I was just carrying it. Why? Because I can. Because I'm built like that. God put me on this earth like that. I'm strong. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But the reality of it is, I was not that. Yes, I was strong, but I wasn't strong for myself. I was sitting here sinking and doing everything here, and nobody, and this is just real talk, nobody knew the depth of it because I couldn't be true and honest with myself about how I was really sinking. Okay, I rebuke you, Satan. Okay, in the name of the Lord, get behind me. Okay, in the words of Shanae, can you move there so I can get here? Can you move there so I can get here? Look, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, my village, my family, my tribe, my gang, y'all, it's about change. What's in your cup? Change. I need to change. If you are doing something that you were doing 2 years ago and you're doing it in the same exact way you were doing it 2 years ago, then it's time for a change. If you are letting people come into your life and just run amok and do all this type of things in your life because you need friends, you need people around you, that's time for a change. If you are sitting here and constantly going through the turmoil, going through the slush, going through the sewer in order to be happy, there's time for a change. I had a conversation with someone and they said, well, Titan, now that you're doing all of this with the LGBTQIA plus community, people can't say anything to you, can't say that. And I said, it's not that you can't say anything to me. Protect your peace and mental stability. We are strong, but the strong ones are come through. It always have. I'm gonna come back to my thought in a second because Ms. Mika just made a point. We are taught, we are bred to be strong. We are bred, and I'm a dare say this: get you before you get me, right? Because once you've been got, in the words of Medea and Dr. Phil, once you've been got, you feel what I'm saying? I got to beat you to the punch. I can't let you get me again, right? I say, first time, shame on them. Second time, shame on you because you should have known what it was. But sometimes we don't get it the first time. Sometimes we got to have a second time. But there will be no third time, right? True point, Miss Mika. But what I was saying was, I told them, they said, well, Titan, you've been doing the LGBTQIA plus this, and you've been doing all of this stuff, and now nobody can't talk to you about the community, about being gay or being bi or being this and that. And I said, well, no, that's not what that is. What it is that I'm not with the BS. You're not finna come to me and tell me who and what I am and who and what I represent, or you're not finna come and sit here and defame the character of the LGBTQIA plus community or the Black queer community because this is what you feel. And so my question to them was, okay, so let's take a seat. Let's take a seat. You know what I mean? I'm tired of standing. Let's sit down for a moment. Why does it have to be that way? You got to change your way of thinking, because it kept, well, you know how we are, you know how we are in the hood, you know how we was raised, we know how we was doing all these kind of things like that. And ladies and gentlemen, let me express this. I was not angry with this person. We were having a conversation. And my thought process was, there used to be a time where you could have said all of what you said, and I wouldn't have said nothing, because I was not in that place. And that I had to change the way I'm standing here in the middle, and I have so many intersections, and you're telling me that my intersections don't matter. You're telling me that my life don't matter. You're telling me that my very essence, right, deserves ridicule and hate and beating and shooting and killings and all of. You're telling me this. Well, no, Titan, that's not what I'm saying. No. Listen to what I'm saying. Because you're telling me that now, because I'm standing truthfully in who I am, that I've changed to be who I am. And really and truly, there really was no change, because I was always me. I was just hiding. So I changed the viewpoint. I changed from a square window to bay doors. That's what I changed to. Now I'm out and I'm open and all of these things like that. And I am at a point to where I had to change how I dealt with people. I had to change how people could deal with me and what they could say to me and what they could say around me, because you're ultimately talking about me. So I'm going to give an example. This was back when I was in high school, and I was riding with a Caucasian female home. It was after practice, and she offered to give me a ride home. Well, we were going to stop by the Kalashi factory or shop or whatever, and on our way home, right? So she's driving, and she's in her car, right? She's driving, and somebody cuts her off, and she says, "You ninja black," blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting here, and she realized what she had done, and that she had this black man sitting in her car, and she turns to me, and she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. That's not you. You're not like them." And I said to myself, saying, am I not black? Am I not a black man? What you just called that man does not affect me. And people can tell you all day long. Okay. People can tell you all day long that they are not affected by it, but they are affected by it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you all day long, you can't sit up in my space and talk derogatory about me, my blackness, my gayness, my HIV status, who I'm with, who I'm loving, and all this. That's time out for that. I had to change that. I used to sit in the back with my arms crossed, and I was saying, Lord, if I say something, what's going to happen? If I say something, will I embarrass my family? If I say something, will I embarrass my friends? If I say something, then people are going to start pointing the finger, and then nobody going to want to hang with me. Nobody going to want to be with me. And then I say, you know what? I'm over here suffering in silence. You are talking about them, but you are talking about me. I am part of that community. That is my culture. That is who I am. I was born black in this world. And if you're going to sit this close to me in this car, right? Okay, brick by brick. And you're going to sit this close to me in the car and say something. He said brick by brick. Baby. But you're going to do that. And then what do you really think about me and my culture and my blackness? What do you think about me? Now, we're not even talking about the gayness yet. I have been told so many things. I have been told to go back. I have been told you don't deserve to live. I have been told that I'm a sissy, I'm a punk, I'm a faggot, all these things, right? And I'm saying this morning because I had to change. Why would I sit in this jail till I dang on near rot to death? Why would I do it over and over and over again? Again, I don't know who this is for this morning, but whoever this is right here, this is for you. Okay, look, Kwame, look. Let me tell you, my friends and T is on here today. T will tell you, I have this thing in my car when I'm with somebody. I tell you in a minute, don't pop off because I'll throw this car in park in mid 80 mile per hour drive. I will throw this car in park. because that's how detrimental it is to me now. It wasn't like that before because I was trying to be complacent with society, and society telling me that I could only do this and I could only be this and I could only fit in this box and I couldn't do anything else. Y'all, I had to change. I had to change, and it was for my better. I was suffering. I was dying. I was literally being laid out. You feel what I'm saying? All for what? So that I could please them? So that I could make them happy? You can't come in my space. You can't. Hold on. Change. Hold on. It's a sip, not a slurp. Hold on. All right, I had to get my libation. Change. I'm so glad you changed. I want to say to Titan this morning, I'm going to talk to myself for just a second. I'm so glad you changed because I was starving. I was hurting. I was homeless. You feel what I'm saying? Because I didn't have a home. My spirit didn't have a home because I couldn't even stand up for myself. Come on, somebody. I was starving. I needed that love. I needed that understanding, but I couldn't get it because I didn't understand. I didn't love myself. Come on, I was starving. I was homeless because I was living outside of my body. Well, what I call my spirit. I was everybody else's thing except for Titan. I wasn't me for me. And I know y'all, I told y'all this is my last show, here. I'm trying not to go that route, but I'm trying to tell you what it is. I was hungry, I was starving, and I was homeless because I couldn't get what I needed out of the world that God put me in with a purpose because I didn't know what was feeding me, right? I didn't like that food. So I starved myself. I didn't like me. So I starved myself from happiness. Then I evicted myself out of my own home. I evicted myself out of my own home. My body, my essence, my spirit had a vacancy. Just a vacancy. Titan don't live here anymore. That's what it was. I had to change. I was hanging around these people that were doing these things, and it was not my best interest at heart. I had to change. I was laying up with people that I thought loved me for who I was, but they were only using me. I had to change. I was doing jobs that I was good at, but I didn't really love. I had to change. I was always pleasing everybody else and not pleasing myself. I had to change. I had to change my way of thinking because I had been told that I was not of God. I had been told that I would never see heaven. I had been told that I was a demon, that I was demonic for the spirit that I have in me. And I was letting that in. You remember I talked about the door being open? The door was open, wide open. I had to go up and shut that door and put them locks on and put that deadbolt on. And then I had to vet you before I let you in. If I saw you cracking a door, popping, that was not of me. And I was better for it. Now, I'm going to tell you, it hurt in the beginning because a lot of people fell off to the side. A lot of people, we didn't talk for a long period of time. A lot of people I still don't talk to till this day. But I had to change. You're going to know. Change is going to keep hitting you in the face. You feel me? Your purpose adjacent. Remember what I said? Your purpose adjacent. Your purpose is always here. And your purpose is going to keep hitting you in the face because there needs to be a change. Sooner or later, what God has for you, what God is pushing you towards, it's not going to be the easy push anymore. No. It's going to be one of these. Bam. You're not listening to me. I'm telling you that you got to change. You got to change your atmosphere. You got to change your thought process. You got to change your mind, your body, and your soul. You got to change. Excuse me. But you haven't done that. This morning in my cup is change. I want to change the way, I want to challenge you to think about that change. What's that change in your life? And I'm going to tell y'all something. You're going to come back and you're going to say, but this is what I do. This is what I do well. This is how I feel good. This is where I'm at. But I want to challenge you to take a moment and really think, is this truly who you are? Is this truly where you should be? Is this truly what you should be doing? And when was the last time change was good for you? Not for them. Okay. Ha. Come on. Change, and it's time to sip. Mm. And it's okay if you get a little bit on your lips, right? Take that sip. Take that sip. I know y'all saying it's a slurp, but take that sip. Look, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, gang, village, tribe. Change is inevitable. It will happen. It's going to happen voluntarily or involuntarily, right? Voluntarily, you're going to say, I need to change because now I can't breathe. I can't do the things that I used to do. When I started this job 10 years ago, this job was great for me. This job was giving me everything that I need. Now, 10 years later, the job doesn't do it for me anymore. Things have changed. I tell people all the time, my spirit was this small. And I could fit into places and spaces because my spirit was this small. Now that I've changed, my spirit is so huge, it won't even let me walk through the door. That's when I knew that I had changed. Because I could say yes to all of this stuff like that, but if it doesn't feel right, if I can't fit through the door, come on. Come on. I want y'all to hear me this morning. I want y'all to hear me this morning. Okay, I want y'all to hear me this morning. Okay? I don't want you to feel some kind of way. Like, Titan, this is what you're making it sound like it's easy. It's not easy. But it's good. Change is good. Have you ever seen a pond that just has the same water, no fresh water coming in it at all? It's stagnant and it stinks and it's nasty. But it didn't start like that. But because that water has nowhere to go, now all of a sudden, all that is sitting right there. You start seeing it get cloudy and the algae and then the nastiness, and then here comes the stink. So just imagine you walking around with all of that. Just imagine you walking around with all of that day in and day out, and you refuse to have an avenue of fresh water coming in because somebody has told you that that's where you belong. This morning, what's in my cup is change. I want what's in your cup to be changed. And I want to say this before I get out of here this morning. You take one step towards your happiness, your peace, your love, your spirit. One step. And that may be the change that you need. Right there. Period. That may be the change that you need. You walk outside and you say, God, I thank you for waking me up this morning and sending me on my way. You feel me? That's what you do. Come on. Fresh water allows seeds to grow. That's it. You are not. Let me tell you what a seed does. You know what they say? I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. Betty Wright. She said, love is the flower, needs the sun and the rain. A little bit of pleasure's worth a whole lot of pain. If you learn this secret, right? Come on. Love needs. It's a flower. It needs the sun and the rain. You are a flower, which was a seed. What Truth just said was a seed. It needs the sun and the rain. It's time out for you to be in the darkness. Yes, you go to darkness, turn off the lights, and you go to sleep. But you need the sun and the rain. All these things were not put on this earth just to be here. Come on. So this morning, change is what it is. That's what's in your cup. That's what I want to leave you with. I love you for who you are and for what you bring to me. Although this is my last show here this morning with Pyro Media, I will be out in the social media world and I'll be out there. I just want to tell you this Titan in the morning, it's time for change. And change for them, you've been doing. Now it's time for change for you. Peace and blessings to you. I love you. I will see you all again, I'm sure. But I want to leave this with you here, right? While you are taking a sip of this change this morning, there was no other reason that you were put on this earth other than to be blessed and to be a blessing. And if you're blessing somebody, then you're blessed. Okay, Miss Mika, you better say it. I love y'all for free. Okay, for free. Until next time, peace and blessings to you.